G'day guys, hope you are all well and all the dads out there. Happy Father's Day to all of you for yesterday. Hey, I wanted to go through a quick top 10 right now, take you through what's going on out there in the markets. Let's just jump in straight away, have a look at Bitcoin, because I want to do a roundup. I want to do a top 10 and a roundup of what I like the most. Right now, Bitcoin pulled back into that cradle zone, moving averages in the correct order, looking really snazzy. I love the look of this trend, looking fantastic. Have a look at the monthly. We tested the lows, we rejected, pushed all the way back up. We break the high of this candle here, and I'm very, very happy indeed. The weekly, again, a nice solid week last week. The most momentum out of all of these weeks, again breaking the high. Now, as I've said a few times, once we break the high of the weekly candles, we tend to get a decent move. And we haven't had a decent move here, even if you consider back here from 6,500 to 8,500, a $2,000 move. We've gone from about, sort of 6,600. We haven't even moved 1,000. So if these moves in the past, look back here, 7,500 to 9,900, we're looking at, or 10,000, you're looking at $2,000 plus. So we haven't got that yet. I think there's some definite upside potential. They're looking good once again, but get back to that daily, really nice trend, liking the look of it. We'll work through and come back. Ethereum, nothing going on there, flat to sideways, very boring. Bitcoin Cash, higher low, higher high, popped really, really nicely, looking for opportunities. Yeah, maybe. It's not the nicest, cleanest trend out there. Definitely pullbacks can be considered, but not my favorite. EOS, again, it's pushed up. I talk about this old support and resistance becoming sort of like magnets where price is drawn towards it. We'll see it again in a minute on Litecoin, but have a look. We've done that. The cycle's continued out on EOS. It's pulled up into that. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of a pullback, but again, the power of pulling back into these levels is very, very, very strong. It's caught around there now, not too interested there. Cardano, really quite average. If anything, guys, I'm looking at the 2-day here. I'm looking at a potential short on this, but it's broken the highs. Actually, there's no way in the world I'd do that. What am I talking about? I'm off my head. I'm actually not. I'm just talking like, as if I was off my head. Jokingly, the mirth. Anyway, carry on. Sideways on Lumen, nothing to talk about there. Neo's getting a little bit of momentum. Higher low, higher high. It is starting to higher here, higher high. We are starting to trend. It's just very gradual. There's an opportunity there. I didn't take that one. I'll show you why I took Litecoin instead. But it's trending quite nicely. I consider a pullback in here, but if I'm honest, I really do prefer some of the other markets out there at the moment. We'll get there in just a second. What I really like. IOTA, very sideways, not interested in that whatsoever. Ripple, keeping a close eye on Ripple as it breaks, as it sort of sets this resistance. Nothing for trading just yet, but on my watch list. And finally, Litecoin again. Here's the one that I took. The reason I didn't take Neo was because where are we? I did take 8 or 12 hour, doesn't really matter. Look at this. Perfect pullback into that cradle zone, old resistance, 61.8% fib bullish candle in that zone. That is what I call my crypto cradle strategy. A breakout beautifully there. Good convergence here, waiting for a pullback in, maybe around that $63 mark to hopefully set another little opportunity up with a small bullish candle in that zone. So Litecoin is definitely on my stalking list this week, as is Bitcoin right now. Why? Because again, Bitcoin here was my trade back here. It's pushed on nicely, waiting for that pullback, that pattern to repeat itself back into this cradle zone here. Litecoin again, let's have a look at this when I talk about that magnetic pull towards old support and resistance. I talked about the break of 109 being very significant. It did. It broke very, very well. Then I said 74 was the new 109. It broke very, very well. Very similar to EOS. Look at EOS. Reversal of trend, hit that level. Look at Litecoin. Reversal of trend. I think we'll hit $74. There's plenty of room to 74, plenty of room for profit if we get the right trades to set up. I've already got one there. I'm waiting for another, and the same with Bitcoin pullbacks. It's holding its ground right now. I want to see it pull back a little bit, or if it doesn't, honestly, if it pulls back, I want it to here, but it needs to get back there and set up. Probably something for tomorrow morning for me on my hemisphere. Keeping that in mind, if we do push on, I'm still looking for opportunities to get long on Bitcoin, Litecoin, my two favorites in the top 10. Let's see how they play out this week, guys. Last week was an absolutely cracking week of trading. I hope you're on the bi-weekly free video newsletter, guys. If you're not, jump across to tradercobb.com, scroll to the bottom of the homepage and put your details in there. It's worthwhile doing. Get me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well, guys. Have a fantastic day. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.